A new filing by the DOJ revealed some of the documents that Donald Trump had stolen from the government and brought to Mar-A-Lago. Let's take a look at this photo, and you're gonna see that the investigators raiding Mar-A-Lago apparently made the weird decision to take some of the documents, and you can see in there a number of different classified documents, and sort of lay them out on the gaudy floor to take a photo of. And that is pretty amazing. So normally what would happen in a situation like this is the FBI would take a photo of the actual documents pre-being taken. So wherever they were being held, in normal places like Trump's desk or a storage closet or something. Or they would take all of the evidence, they would bring it back to wherever it's going to be held, lay it all out and take a photo of it there. Doing it at Mar-A-Lago is an interesting choice, but that's what they did. And they did reveal quite a bit in it. You see documents bearing markings of top secret, sensitive, compartmented information, one of the highest classifications there. You can't actually read the documents. They were smart enough to white those out. But you also get to see, because of their choice, a box of framed items, including a 2019 Time magazine cover depicting the then Democratic presidential field vying to defeat Trump. And I get why Trump would want that. He's a history buff. Wouldn't he want to catalog every step along the way towards the second election where America rejected him? So I appreciate that as an academic myself. And we're gonna have far more coming out of this, including the more damning information about obstruction. But I wanna be fair to Donald Trump for some reason and give you his response to these pictures coming out. He truthed, "Terrible the way the FBI during the raid of Mar-A-Lago threw documents haphazardly all over the floor, perhaps pretending it was me that did it, and then started taking pictures of them for the public to see. Thought they wanted to keep them capital S secret. Lucky I, capital D, declassified." And so he's a very witty, quick guy. Because if you declare that you've declassified on Truth Social months and months after stealing the documents, then that's legit. That is actually no, that's not at all. You can't just say that. Man, he could have honestly tried to do it. Like if he really wanted to have these documents, he could have tried to go through the actual procedure to declassify them. And maybe he would have avoided some of the trouble. Not all of it, of course, because many of those documents he stole from the government, he cannot declassify. It is not up to him to do so. Never forget that. But he was so lazy. It's the combination of corruption and laziness that is so unique to Donald Trump, really biting him in the ass now, JR.
Absolutely, this is the thing. Donald Trump was asking for all this extra information. He was asking for the affidavit to be revealed. He was asking for the search warrant to be revealed. He was asking for the special person to come in and do all this stuff. And he keeps getting more information revealed, and he keeps being unhappy about that information being revealed. I'm not sure if he understands this, but there's this guy. Someone should tell Donald Trump. This guy, his name is Donald, and he's been sabotaging you consistently over and over again. So yeah, and also he's perhaps pretending that I had strewn all of these documents all over the floor, as if that's an irresponsible thing. Because in reality, if you pay attention, you guys, is what Trump was trying to tell his supporters. I didn't throw those things all over the floor. I just had them in an unlocked closet. I just had them in my desk. Only had them in the bathroom on the shelf. That's all, not on the floor. Yeah. Please.
Yeah, so I don't know if you are big on procedurals, but sometimes I'll watch those shows where like detectives will like try to track down someone who did like a big bank robbery or something, and they'll show up to the guy's place and they'll find a bunch of money. But if it wasn't strewn about on the floor, then was it really a crime? I mean, sure, he stole millions, but he had it neatly piled with little elastic bands around each one. It was so organized that it would seem gauche to lock him up. No, although I didn't care enough about this to actually pull the tweets, but there's one of these like nut job commentators that loves Trump who was like, they're giving the agreeing with Trump, they're giving the impression that he kept them on the floor. Dude, that's not what they're doing, and nobody cares. Get a better narrative, seriously. And honestly, there's a better narrative waiting. There's nothing in his truth that says anything about the documents that you saw there was wrong, except that they were on the floor. He definitely had them, he took them, and you can see on them They say secret, NCI, compartmented. Like, so he's admitting it. You can't have those. That is a crime. It is in fact many crimes. You can count the pieces of paper if you'd like to figure out how many crimes, but they have a better defense. It's a lie, but it's better. And you might recall they were running with it initially. Christina Bobb, the crazy Trump lawyer, was early on, this is August 9th, suggesting that the FBI may have planted evidence in Mar-A-Lago. Trump initially was sort of running with that a bit. The right loved this idea because it's non-falsifiable. You could just say that they planted it and there's literally no way to prove that they haven't. And it is sort of plausible because the FBI historically is really bad. So why not just say that all the documents on the floor, I never saw those. Those weren't my documents. Those are big fraudulent dumps. Instead, they're admitting to it. They have just admitted to the crime.
They don't know how not to. You know why? Because Christina Bobb is, you guys should know this. I think everybody knows this. She was an OAN host before she was Trump's attorney because no one else will work for him because he doesn't pay anyone. And also he screws people over. Let's keep it real. So yeah, things are strewn across the floor and then this is not how things usually work. I'm not sure what the end game is. I keep wondering. People call Donald Trump a mobster. He runs his whole life like he's a mob king. Mobsters had plans. Mobsters had ways to evade the law. Mobsters would hide things. Mobsters are like, hey, they're coming for me. Donald Trump was surprised that they came back after Christina Bobb signed this document saying that we gave you guys all of the information and all of the documents that we weren't supposed to have here in the first place. And then there was more there.
Yeah.
What was the plan after that? They're gonna go, oh, my bad. I think we forgot about the most top secret documents of the entire United States secrets. We just forgot about them. They're in your drawer, but it was just our bad. That was the plan? That was this mob king's plan? Bro, Gotti is really upset with you over this.
When they're sending the mob, they're not sending the best. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.